to Arlena's Corner, and of course, I am none other than her. And actually, in today's video, once again, yeah, I am filming this intro on the outside because, yeah, the lighting in my apartment is not that great, and of course, the color of the walls, they're not helping either. And of course, yeah, your girl is dark. So yeah, so basically I will be doing the second part of my 2020 flip through. So you will be seeing the 2020 flip through of my scripture writing journal. It's a little chilly out here. So stay tuned. Peace. Okay, so welcome back. Or yeah, welcome back. It depends if I make this one long file or I might break it up in 3 different videos because for some people certain things are too long, so I might break it in 3 different videos. So yeah, right now I'm gonna go over my I'm gonna go into, well, actually, okay, so welcome back. And in this video I will be showing you my scripture writing binder. Now, what's missing from this binder is January and the month of February 2020. Because when I first started out doing it, I was like, I don't know how long I'm going to stay with it. So I didn't want to like waste anything. So I just got a notebook from the Dollar Tree. So I did January and February scripture writing in that notebook. It's somewhere it's somewhere in the house here. It's somewhere in the shelf somewhere. But anyway, in one of the videos I show you that notebook. So in this binder is from March to December. I just put December in there. So what I would do, actually, this was the original war binder. And in this binder, what I had the scripture writing section, but of course this thing was growing through the door. So I'm like, this thing getting too thick, so I have to separate. And so what I would do, whatever month that I was working on would be in here. So say this is January. If I was working on January, I would have the January scripture writing sheet that would go in here for whatever the verses would be for that month. And then of course the section here with the scripture writing would be for January. So when February would come, the end of January, then in other words, I would pull out January, put it in a separate binder, pull out the sheet to go with it and attach it there. And then I would put in the February sheet and fresh paper to have February. So each month I would move it to kind of like a, I guess you would say like an archival type of folder or binder. So this used to be my original scripture writing section. Then when it got too big, I started doing it month by month and pulling it out. So every month it would be empty. Well, every month I would empty it out and then I would put the next month in. Work on the following month. Now this is my verse mapping. Because I was so busy with the scripture writing plan as well as another particular ministry, as well as my podcast. I had to do a lot of studying for my podcast because I think I did like 3 series last year. That really took a lot out of me. Plus I was in school. I had really a lot going on. So I had no chance. As well, I also did an inductive Bible study on Matthew 24. So I really did not have any time to do any sort of verse mapping. I mean, here and there I might have did 1 or 2 verse mapping, but I didn't get to do it as much as I would have loved to. So this year I'm not doing a scripture writing plan. I am going to be doing one that I design, but I'm not going to follow anybody's scripture writing plan this year because I have other things that I have to do. And I don't want to be doing too much, because doing too much doesn't help, because it's like it doesn't stick the way it needs to stick. It's just to say, oh, I did this, that, and the other, and it doesn't make any sense. Because if it's not being digested because you're putting so much in, it doesn't still make any sense. It's better if you could do 2 or 3 scriptures and eat from it and meditate on it and get something from it than trying to do X, Y, Z. Doesn't make sense. Now, for someone that may not be good with getting into their word, that might work better for them. But I am always in the word. I'm always doing something as far as the word is concerned. Like I said with my podcast, I have to. I have to in order to bring out the episodes. I have to do the research. Sometimes I have to do deep research, deep study. And so I'm always in the word. And at times it's like I'm trying to follow what this ministry is saying to keep up. But at the same time, I still have my own where I'm being asked to do this and I have to do this. So it's like kind of like trying to juggle. So a lot of times this is kind of like good for someone that maybe has a hard time getting into the word. Or even someone who does. But I would not be able at this point to follow it step by step because like I said, I have my own stuff that God has given me the responsibility to do. So I have to focus on that first and foremost. So meaning I might not be able to do a scripture writing plan this year. And that's fine. This year, I want to do some verse mapping. I love verse mapping. I truly love verse mapping. Now, the two people that I learned verse mapping from, because I do it, there's long form and then there's a short form. The short form I learned from the Word Nerd, and she is on YouTube and she does a great job explaining it. I love it. And then the long form, I don't know if her channel is still up, but I know she's not currently active, hasn't been active on it in a while. It's Beneath the Fig Tree. She does the long form version and I like hers. And when I was starting out, there was tons of videos, but those two were the two that I really loved. And I really love verse mapping. So I look forward to doing some verse mapping. And actually, I did verse mapping yesterday. And I did some this morning. So, yeah. So, this used to be my verse mapping section. This I have a video on. I've emptied this, basically. So, there's no need for me to go back through this, to be honest. And there's a video on this, I think 2 or 3 parts that are on there that, you can go back and listen to. I did the inductive Bible study on Matthew 24 this year. I'm still trying to decide which, because I bought a couple of Bible study books and there's some great books. Now there's one that I really love. I bought that book, I believe in January, and it's called Quiet Time Bible Time. It's an excellent book, but for someone that is extremely busy, I can't do it right now because the required reading is quite a bit and it will take away from what I have to do with as far as where my ministry is concerned, which is the podcast. And with me also working at this point, I'm on assignment at the moment, as well as, school starts on the 7th again. I would not be able to follow through with that book and I wouldn't get what I need out of it because unfortunately, I'm a single person and I have to juggle everything. And after doing that, I still got to come home. I got to cook, I got to clean, I got to wash. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying I'm one person. So I only could do a certain amount per day. So, but it's an excellent book. So as I start slowing down, as the Lord, allows me to transition, he has been speaking to me about it, but I'm still a little wrestling with it. And like I said, when you are a single person, you're carrying everything, it can be a little, it could be a little scary sometimes, but I know God has me. And the truth is, I know he has me. But I'm trying to get to a certain point where I start to pull away from the workforce on a full-time basis. I do it on a contractual basis, and maybe I will still to a certain degree, but it probably will be part-time, and then eventually, until I just eventually fade out. Because the way things are going in the world today, you know what time it is. The times are getting closer. So whatever we need to do it while it's still day, not when it's night, when we have fallen asleep. At that time, we can't we can't do anything. We can't do anything if we're on our deathbed at that point, you know. So now is the time that we have to do whatever it is that God has given us to do. So yeah. So this was from the the Navigators. And I did the inductive Bible study, so I had some sheets. I love the inductive Bible study. Oh, I'll be doing some of that too. I wanted was to do another one, but because I had so much going on, I couldn't do it. But yeah, so that's that. So let's move on. Okay, so this is the archive at this point, and this is my scripture writing journal. So of course the most recent will go to the top, which is December. And normally whatever I do, I would check it off, and as you can see, nothing is checked off. But yes, I did do. But what happened, the sheet was upstairs, so I would use my phone to see whatever the scripture was for the day, so I didn't check it off. I didn't get much done this December because I'm back to work and I was in school. And yeah, that class, oh Lord, when I think about that. But, you know, when I wasn't here, I was doing devotions. And when I wasn't doing devotions, I was in my note-taking Bible. So I'm always doing something with the Word and where God is concerned. I never leave myself undone as far as spending time or talking or communicating with the Lord. I'm always communicating with the Lord, especially when I'm in here I do live alone. So I'm always talking to the Lord. Even at work, I'm always, you know, even on the bus, I'm always talking to the Lord. I'm always talking to Him. So, this is March to, okay, these are the sheets for January and February. I did include the sheets, but the body is in a notebook that's somewhere in here. I don't know where it is right now, somewhere behind here somewhere. But in one of the videos, I did a flip through and you would see the notebook. So as far as pages, it starts from March. So this is March. Of course, and each month I would pull out the section along with the sheet. And this particular scripture writing plan that I did was with Inscribe the Word, and it's from A Symphony of Praise. That's the name of the website, A Symphony of Praise, and the name of the series of the scripture writing is called Inscribe the Word. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I truly enjoyed this. I got a whole lot out of this, believe me. And especially when we were, you know, when I was not on assignment, I really got a whole lot. So as you know, as you go on, you would check them off, you know. And